on, dude?
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Guys,
I am
this is
here.
the
What's up,
rundown.
man?
The one
Excited
and
to
only
be
one
here. I heard earlier that Woodrow R. Woody challenged me to a Bandit Draft challenge.
Ooh.
Yo, I challenged you to the challenge. This is going to be the challenge of the weekend that everyone is going to be playing, trying to get those 12 wins to get the Bandit. And I think that I can prove pretty easily that I'm going to be able to do that. As long as everyone that I play is at least not better than the Rumham, then I'll be completely fine. And I'll prove it to you by beating the Rumham.
So if you play 12 rum hams in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be
You know
totally
what?
fine.
On the dev build, that happens. I had a legitimate, like, 7-win challenge going when I ran out of matches, but I had played, like, Nick at Night twice, Far's Attacks 4 times. Like, it was just the same thing.
Yeah, but Nick and Knight was playing on, like, 7 accounts at the same time, so...
Yes.
I don't know if that counts.
The man has an
Twin
entire
trigger.
Apple line of devices for all of us.
He has an Apple library. He has a bushel. He's got a bushel of apples. He has a bushel of apples. Can someone appreciate that?
He's the
You're
new
the worst.
Adam.
I'm
Rob-
waiting in the challenge for you, buddy.
You're queued up. Okay, I'm queuing up too, dude. Let me change the title of the stream. Okay, all right. I got a little bit of time here. Oh, which one of these do I want? They're both not too great. I wonder if I'm going to get the Bandit or if I don't get the Bandit. Oh, is it going to like give you the Bandit first or last?
It's a random choice. Like you might just get it at any. You either have the choice to take it or not.
Oh man, Rummy got the choice of the Bandit. I wonder if he took it.
We shall see.
Of course he did.
So we shall.
I wish they showed you your deck at the start of these challenges.
Oh,
I'm not
Woody.
super sure why they wouldn't.
Rummy
they
gave
not
me
after you
Sparky
pick your
because he's a
cards?
total jerk.
Woody, you took Minion Horde and gave him Wizard. What are you doing?
Dude, did I do that? Yo, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a wizard in my deck? Cool, I like wizard.
Dude, don't tell him, Hazard!
Sorry.
Nyuk, 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 nyuk.
Rummy OP.
Well, I thought if you play 12 of me, you'll be alright, though.
And okay, with what that counter you have? Oh. Woody.
Oh, Rummy is so nice to me.
Just goofing.
He gave me the Bandit. Okay,
Treat
that
her
was
nice
a
now.
that was a fireball mirror. What do you got against this minion horde? Nothing! Nothing!
Nothing! Oh
Take
my
it!
God!
Take it!
Oh, I'm so
right side
wrecked.
tower! Triple digits.
So I think you should put something on the line here. Loser has to shave his head.
Whoa.
Oh, I like that.
Whoa,
one.
hey!
You know what?
Hey,
think
hold
that's-
on now.
Now we're talking my
This
kind
is
of deck.
asymmetrical warfare.
The only kind of warfare I like.
How about Winter has to grow his hair out? Oh shit, wait, no, that's bad also. I can't
Got
do
him.
anything right.
Buddy, I've got a good picture of me with long hair. It's pretty ridiculous.
Wait, you gotta share that. Have I seen that yet?
Oh, let's see it.
My
Have I
loyal
seen the
stream
old
viewers
school
have.
Raymond Ruddy?
Dun, 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 dun.
Ha! Stabby stab.
Yeah, I got me.
I didn't
Little
want to.
stabbery.
I knew I was gonna get Sparky. I knew he was gonna give me Sparky, so that's why I took Minion Horde
You saw that Sparky? I was just so, dude.
from a mile
You have
away.
no idea. I'd already given you Zap at the time that the Sparky came down, and I was like, ugh. The first pick was Zap or Fireball.
Take the shot! Oh my god!
The timing! The timing! Why? Good God! But she's good, buddy.
Bandit
Takes
on
some
the
damage.
tower, dude.
Oh
Did
yeah,
she
she's
get
amazing.
2 hits or only 1 hit?
She gets. It's a double hit strike, right? So I'm not exactly sure.
But like, if she has like no health left and she reaches the tower.
She gets just the one because it'll kill her like right as the thing lands.
Got it. Okay.
So go crazy. Have
Can
fun.
she one-shot the over-leveled archers? I think
That's a
she
very
can.
good question.
She does a lot of damage. Yeah, she can, dude.
Hmm.
You don't
I'm
hear
charged,
her.
though.
When she gets the hit, you like don't even hear her.
Is there no
So
sound effect?
big.
She's like so sneaky, you like can't even hear when she like hits. She goes, she like
she
makes a
is a
little sneaky
bandit.
noise. She goes,
Oh
like,
no!
"Tickle, tickle."
Hey! Come back. Good game.
Rummy, I gotta tweet out for this, guys. I gotta let the Rummy know.
About what?
I gotta let the world know that we're here beating Rummy. in the
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Challenge.
Going for 12 wins in a row.
You'll be the first one to claim that for sure.
Live now. Sneak peek of Bandit Draft Challenge with none other than the Rum Ham. I'm composing my tweet. What else should I say?
Yeah, so the Bandit ended up being the 4th pick there, my last pick.
Okay.
So actually, one thing that's cool is if you pull up the game record, like pull up the record of it, you can see the order of the picks by the construction of the decks. Like the way it constructs the decks is consistent with the pick order. So you can sort of see who chose what at what pick. My first option was Fireball Zap, and I gave you Zap, and the very next one was Miner or Sparky. So I thought that I would rather play the high tempo, like Miner Fireball style, than rely on Sparky when you already had Zap. Would you agree with that choice, or do you think I should have taken Sparky regardless? Or should I have taken Zap over Fireball?
I think you should have taken Zap, personally.
Taking Zap over Fireball? The only reason I've kind of moved away from Zap is because recently in the draft Royale, like the 8-player drafts, Zap's fallen down because it kills like Skeleton Army, but it doesn't really do a ton against like Goblin Gang or the Goblin Barrel.
Yeah, definitely.
So like I kind of thought like, well, the Fireball gives me like a win condition. Like I can fire, like no matter what the other 3 picks are, I can Fireball your tower to death if nothing else.
Yeah, true. I mean, Fireball is always a good win condition for draft challenges, but I feel like, especially for first card pick, you still have like a lot of opportunity, so I would probably take the versatility there.
Okay.
But I don't
so
know.
So what do you think? We got 5 people in this voice chat. Fireball or Zap, first pick, nothing else known. What do you take?
Fireball.
Zap.
Really?
Zap. So it's 3 to Zap, 2 Fireball. Nite Light, why do you think Fireball?
I think Zap's really important with the more meta decks, where you're going to have pretty well-constructed compositions, things where you need to get through an Inferno, you need a specific counter to like a Goblin Barrel or something. But with a draft challenge, I think the Zap really, it's not as relevant because they're not as well-constructed. You have all these other cards like Wizard, which isn't normally very meta, but where you might very well end up with it, and it's going to be serving that function for you very effectively. And I just don't think that it ends up having as much value as you end up getting with Fireball, where it gives you the possibility of taking out and countering those same cards that Zap does, while also giving you the option to get a lot of damage on tower by basically spell cycling.
Great answer. Thank you. Like that's genuinely what I like talking to other good players about. Like I just want to know like these things is the only thing I can do is get better for the next time, right?
Yeah, although Hazard, why do you think Zap?
Well, especially for a first round pick, like there's probably going to be more win conditions coming down the line, and I don't know, Zap is just really versatile. I feel like Fireball, it is a good win condition, but I don't know, I'd rather just have Zap.
I think especially with drafts, you're much more likely to end up with the cards like Wizard and with Witch and things like that, where you don't normally see them in normal competitive play, which Fireballs are great counters to, right? Like they take it down to a sliver of health. I think you're much more likely to see that, and it just adds that much more versatility to Fireball.
I mean, that is true, but knowing that you're going to have these, like, extremely, like, a lot higher elixir average decks, like, I just think it's that much more valuable to have a low elixir card like Zap. Just
by the same token, though, then Zap doesn't have as many targets when you have these higher elixir cards. You could very well not even have a target with Zap when you're seeing these heavier decks come out.
But Matt, you're the manager here. And we won 3-2, so get wrecked. Sorry, I had to pull out the manager card. You outplayed me.
Like looking at this.
Oh, she'll
Nice.
re-target if you give her a better target.
That's very true. You can definitely drag her around.
Huh.
What Zap targets are
You
they
can-
right
you
now
can-
in this matchup?
Block her in with Skeleton Army too. If you just drop a Skeleton Army, she'll hit the first skeleton.
I mean, Matt, you could Zap the tower for a cycle. Shut up.
Yes, it's a beautiful play.
Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that.
Could be a win condition, I guess.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
other
Take a
side
while,
is you've
but
got
do
so
it.
many ground-based things. I actually just don't even have enough like distraction troops for it.
You gave
gotta
me
play this,
giant
like-
skeleton, Remy.
Yeah, that was probably wrong. It was over Princess.
No, I'm
Oh,
saying like
I
I
would
had to
pick
deal with
Princess.
giant skeleton. Oh no! I tried to get the goblins down quickly enough to distract the damn bandit. Dude, she does a ton of DPS.
Yes,
Does
sir.
she?
She's more DPS
What, the
than a
bandit?
knight, right?
It's
What?
yeah,
Really?
it's more DPS than a Knight, but also remember that she does the double damage charge, so her burst is a lot higher.
That's crazy, dude. I'm looking at that on stream. That's really good.
I don't know what role she fills in a deck though.
Yeah, that's
She's
why. I
very
thought about her.
skirmishy, yeah.
I mean, you look at the popular meta decks right now. You have Hog Zapbait, you've got Zapbait, you've got Giant Hog, you've got Golem, you've got Lava Loon. Like, what card can you take out of those decks and replace Bandit with? And, like, quite honestly, I don't think there is one.
Do you think Bandit's gonna be good in like a 3 muskie deck?
I don't know. It doesn't really beat Fireball. It has okay DPS, but I don't know.
Like
I
instead
think
of
you
an
still
ice golem?
prefer the tanks like the Knight.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be best in minor decks where like it's a cheap defense that's hard to hit, right? And then it allows you to cycle back to minor. But even still, like minor decks aren't very prevalent in the meta right now, so I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. What do you think, Ramhan?
I think I have no way to stop Woody's infinite tank parade. So I guess the game is some sort of like 3-crown plan here, but I don't see how I can pull
What's
that
the
one
Ice
off.
Spirit interaction? Oh, she murders Ice Spirit!
Yeah, she runs right away.
Oh, that's true.
She does murder Ice Spirit.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's sort of like, I don't even know what I was called, like a Prince Charge sort of thing. It's kind of weird. Not huge.
Yeah.
But I agree with you, like, in general, like, I think she's actually really cool, but she doesn't fit into any obvious meta deck now, so the natural thing to think of is like, all right, well, there's gonna be some new thing that she's gonna be a part of. I think that she's a supplementary thing to, I have all these... Sorry.
Although, like, even if she fits in, like, this new, like, insane meta deck, right, and she fits perfectly in, it's gonna take a while for that deck to come around, especially as, like, she is a legendary card, so it's gonna take a while to max her out for, which most of the popular decks right now are coming from these top players, so, I don't know.
Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him, get him.
Take him out now! Ah, Rummy 3-crowned me!
Oh, you know what's funny is I had a rocket. I'm glad you tweeted right before that game too. No, I had a rocket, but I didn't want to like risk the rocket cycle. Like I didn't want to play the rocket, get crushed, and rocket a second time. So I was like, maybe I can play some ticky-tack play.
Oh, Woody, I just saw that on stream. Oh god, that giant skeleton was so extra.
You're 1 for 1. I don't think this 12 win is happening.
No, I don't think so.
At this rate, Woody, it's going to be a 3-3 challenge.
Dude,
I think the Bandit will go good in Hog.
I gotta turn it back around. I
Yeah.
gotta turn this around.
Sorry. So yeah, now that I'm not playing, I can answer your question, Hazard. I think that it's a really great supplementary card to existing fast attack tempo strategies. Like it's good with Miner and it's good with Hog Rider, but it's not on its own a new card. It's not like Battle Ram where you can sort of build this whole new thing around it. I think
you could build something around Battle Ram?
But that's what I'm playing on my free-to-play account right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's a spell bait with Battle Ram. It's pretty great.
Battle Ram OP.
Sweet card. But I mean, like, I don't think you're gonna be like, oh, it's a Bandit cycle deck, right? It's gonna be Bandit in an existing deck. I'm not exactly sure. Oh god.
I agree with Hazard that we're most likely to see it in probably minor control decks.
Want to see a little trick here, Woody?
Yeah.
So she's gonna dive across, take the tanking, and then I lose. But it would have been cool, right? No.
Dude, that would have been so cool, though.
But just, I mean, that's one of the cool things about new cards is you got to learn those lines of plays, those little like weird tricks and stuff you can pull off. And that's her dashing across the river and being able to jump in front of like a slow-moving Mega Minion is a little trick that I like and I've learned already.
That is really cool that she can jump across the bridge. So like her and the Hog Rider are the only ones that can do that right now, right?
And air troops.
she and the Hog Rider, excuse me.
Yeah.
Will the Hog still walk across the river?
No, they fixed that. They fixed it, so it jumps across. Although there are some cards that, like goblins, get pushed across the river, which I find hilarious. One time a musketeer for 3 musketeers got pushed across the river, and I lost it because of it, because like it just destroyed my Inferno instead of walking around. It felt so bad, but it was so funny at the same time.
What do you think of the Hog push fix? the pig push fix, where they made it so that just it happens on both sides instead of taking it off of one side.
I mean, I
Everything's
love it.
true
I'm a
blue.
hog
I mean,
player.
I think it's just good consistency. Like I think the game should strive that the cards react the way you expect they to react every single time you play them.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
If somebody plays a furnace or something, and like you should be able to push the other lane with a hog, without having to go straight for the furnace.
Yeah, I agree. It's a
kinda-
nice little indirect buff for the hog.
Yeah, it indirectly buffs the hog rider, so that's why you're seeing like hogs at bait very good at the moment, because
Giant
people
hog
are
as well.
still getting like used to that, like pre-placing furnaces and not being able to pull.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also, I like that Supercell's kind of taking it more towards the competitive side. Like the problem with Graveyard, in my opinion, right now, is like it is so RNG. Like sometimes the Graveyard skeletons spawn on one side of the tower, sometimes like they spawn on the other, so you can't really predict how much damage it's gonna do.
An
So
old deck that I played had archers and minions to defend.
yeah,
I literally placed them both, and the graveyard still did 600 plus damage.
yeah. But then sometimes it'll do no damage just against archers. Like, but I'm glad like they're making the game more consistent. I feel like they're taking a good return for the better.
All right, draft question. What card would you take over Balloon? Like if you had Balloon or blank, what would you choose over Balloon? Because that to me is one
Minion
of the
Horde,
most
100%, because
Minion Horde?
it
Okay.
counters Balloon, or maybe
Okay.
Rocket. I don't know.
So your first pick, Woody, you chose Balloon over Prince,
Yeah.
and then Three Musketeers over Golem. So right away, you'd kind of saddled me with a very ground-heavy strategy, and you already had sort of this Balloon, and then the Three Musketeers, which would obviously be like a nightmare if you were a Balloon deck. And then your third pick was Minion Horde over Mega Minion. Yeah, I think I agree there. And then your last was what? Ice Golem over Skarmy. So that's a good counter. Yeah, you had some really strong picks there. I had some. So I chose Sparky over Ice Wizard, which was probably dumb in hindsight. Like losing to a Balloon.
Oh God, run
like-
him not like this.
Sparky's not that bad though. Sparky's not that bad in draft. Like I
Not
mean,
like
in
this,
this
no.
draft challenge, you will steal a lot of wins off of Sparky just because. I mean, it probably wasn't a good first pick. I probably should have seen my other cards first.
Yeah.
Just
But-
tell everyone that you got Zap first and then you pick Sparky.
So what?
Tell everyone.
Oh no, I'll own my mistakes, buddy. It's all right.
Okay.
So I picked Sparky over Ice Wizard. In hindsight, bad choice. And then I picked Bandit over Archers, which I agree with because Bandit is really good against Archers, so that was fine. I chose Zap over Lightning, and then Lightning over Fireball. In hindsight, the Lightning over Fireball one kind of sucked because I was forced into that by the Sparky.
Yeah. Also, it's just really heavy, especially when you already have Sparky and that kind of thing.
Yeah, you had a
Yeah, I
really
forget
heavy
that-
pick there.
Yeah, that leaning low. Yeah, I didn't know I was gonna get Golem. But
Yeah, the goal.
Golem and Prince, but yeah.
But
even
you're right.
so-
You should expect that your opponent gives you the stinker cards, gives you the heaviest things in town.
Although Woody took pretty heavy. He took Bloon, Three Musketeers, Minion Horde. Ice Golem's really his only low pick there.
Well, he had to,
I
because
feel like
all
he
those
had to,
cards
yeah.
countered
No,
Balloon.
yeah, he made the right choices with it.
Yeah,
I
we made
gave
the right
you-
choices.
You have one card, Woody, that I'm afraid of. Like I had to give you, that I'm like terrified of. We'll see.
Woody, no.
What are you doing, Woody?
You
Let's
guys
talk
did-
about that pick after. Let's talk about that pick after, buddy.
that a
I wanna
bad
hear
pick?
that.
No, Woody. Oh
What does he
God.
take here?
No.
Really?
Oh my God.
Okay, Woody.
Woody, you lost, dude.
Woody,
Jeez,
I'm
that's-
cringing.
I don't know. He can take
How are
this.
they so
That last
sure?
pick, that last
What are they
pick is-
talking about? Jeez.
Oh God.
What the hell did you give them?
This
I
is the
thought I
problem
gave
with
you the
draft
bad
challenge.
cards. I
People
thought I
just
took the
don't know
good
what to
cards.
pick. It can be interesting if assume both players pick the best cards. It's a pretty even match, but people just don't know what to pick.
I didn't know what to pick, guys. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Woody. We still love you.
She can't get bowled over. The bowler, he's pretty beefy though.
Yeah, the subsequent bowls, they work.
It's not that, Woody.
What was it?
It's not that Woodrow.
It was
Yo, I feel like
everything
I have
else.
good counters to everything. I've got counters
I
to
have to-
everything. I've got
Why'd you
counters
pick
to
Dark
dates.
Prince? Why'd you pick
have
Dark
to say,
Prince? Why'd
though,
you pick
that-
Balloon?
What was it? Dark Prince or what?
It was Dark Prince or Bandit, and then Balloon or Hog.
I gave him. If I gave him Dark Prince, one of my cards is bad against Dark Prince.
So what?
I think Dark Prince might be bad always.
I think Dark Prince is always bad. I agree.
Yeah, they could just buff Dark Prince every week and people aren't going to use it.
Now,
Unless
Dark
you
Prince
have-
is not that far from being good. Dark Prince is
Unless you
close.
have a deck that's centered around Dark Prince, which there are some ladder decks that are centered around Dark Prince, like Dark Prince, like Golem
Oh
Balloon.
no, I didn't know that there was
but,
a mini
like,
horde in this deck,
um,
guys. Why didn't you
it's
tell me?
pretty
Oh
bad.
yeah, actually no, wait, I have seen mini horde. All right.
Yeah, you saw it because you wizarded it.
Yeah. I
When
can't
in
do that
doubt,
again, though.
when in doubt, Woody, play a defensive balloon.
Defensive
When in
Balloon
doubt,
always
just-
comes in clutch.
Just deny that you've seen a card before, even though you've already seen it.
Oh, buddy, that's my specialty. How'd you know?
Whoa,
The
he
wizard
hit her.
somehow hits. Yeah,
How did
wizard
he
actually
hit her?
hits for some reason. I don't know. It's just the way
Is
of the
it
game, baby.
splash that hits? There's a...
It could be. It could be. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure. It's a good
Wait,
question.
the wizard will hit the bandit?
The wizard does hit the bandit. Yeah.
Pog
Wizard
Champ!
OP. Wizard
That's
OP. Put him in a deck.
Oh no, the bandit hadn't charged yet. When the wizard
Yeah,
went
but-
bandit.
But it's. Oh, I see. Like she was still like.
Yeah, no,
decent.
she was still prepping up. Yeah, she was still getting ready to roll.
Yeah. Kami.
I will say though that the bandits like
Oh,
interaction
she doesn't do it. She didn't charge.
is actually really awesome.
I think it's really cool. Yeah.
I will be very surprised.
Oh
if
no! She's supposed to
Bandit,
keep
though.
turning that way.
If what?
if
Nightlight?
there's not glitches with the bandit. Maybe that's incredibly cynical, but with
I
that
mean,
kind of
I
target
have to agree with you.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
know what I
you've
should've
seen the
done?
last update. There were witches with like even cards they had before, like Archer's Expo, that
Nice.
kind of stuff.
Why didn't stream tell me that I was picking bad cards? They could have saved me from a 2-0 massacre. They just let me get wrecked on. You guys should have even warned me. You should have said that I had a bad deck or something at the beginning of this
Watching
match.
your stream.
Oh,
We see
we
it, like,
did,
20
Woody.
later.
We called out all of your picks except for the bowler one.
So let's go back to the picks. Take a look at them. So first pick, you had lightning over poison.
I feel like
How do
that's a
you feel
good
about
pick, right?
No, I would pick poison.
Really?
Versatility and does about the same damage over elixir cost. So I
But
don't
I
know.
hate when people play lightning against me. I feel like lightning's good.
I'd say lightning's pretty good in draft challenges, though. Again, because you see like wizards and witches and things
Yeah,
like
a lot
that.
of mid-range
I
bodies.
mean, that's true, but like
That's a close
poison,
one.
poison
I'm not-
is about the same damage, and it's like a less elixir cost, and you're gonna get stuck with some high elixir cards no matter what. So I don't know.
That's a good point. Okay, so your next pick, Woody, was Dark Prince over Bandit.
Ugh.
What do you have
Explain
to
yourself,
say?
sir.
Woody?
Well, because, like, if I gave you lightning, lightning would not be good against Dark Prince. And, like, I do get...
You're
Look,
worried
but
about,
Bandit is
about
good against Dark
lightning
Prince,
and
okay, fine.
Dark Prince. That's what you're worried about there.
Oh, boy.
Oh God. Woody,
I
we're
just
gonna
don't
have a
think Dark
talking to
Prince is
after
a very-
stream.
I don't know. It's not an easy card to counter. It can shut down a lot of swarms. If you
We're
don't
gonna have
get
a
any...
talk
Look,
here.
I gave him poison, right? It's possible that I don't get any other AoE cards. Which is true. I didn't get to choose it. Well, I guess bowler, kind of. Sort of, in a way.
All right, so the next pick. Okay, so you're the worst human on earth. I get it, right? I mean, I get what you're saying, but I would argue that Bandit's just like I would probably pick Bandit over something like Knight, even though Knight counters Bandit. Bandit has a lot higher upside if you can put her in the right situation to really go off. So
I mean,
like,
Knight is very strong right now, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
right? I just mean like I'd take her over a generic card. So like Dark
Yeah,
Prince is
yeah.
a card that is like at best generic and at worst like doesn't even work in the situation that it's supposed to do. Like you're like, oh, it's good at fighting swarms. Like what swarms is that card good at fighting? Because Skeleton
It's
Army
not good
kills
at
it.
scarmy at all, yeah.
Guards kill it, right? Like it's not even good at killing what it's supposed to kill. Witch, I think, kind of wrecks it because he just keeps bumping into the forward skeletons and never hits the witch. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, next pick. That's we can't all be
We
winners.
said balloon over
and-
Hog Rider is a good call, right? Everyone
No.
loves balloon.
No,
Really?
I think Hog is better. For
I
the
would
same
take
reason
Balloon.
with I think Poison's better, because like it's just a cheaper win condition.
I would take Balloon there because, especially if you're passing Hog Rider, you know you have something to kill Hog Riders. Everyone's gonna have a deck to kill Hog Rider, but you might just snag a free win off a Balloon because they only have like one Archers or one. Like in that deck, dude, look at my deck. I have besides Minion Horde, I only have like Princess.
And Goblin Gang, Goblin Gang.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Oh,
Balloon
no.
is very hard to defend against in most decks.
And especially because you had Lightning, I'd take Balloon because even if they had Musketeer. Oh, do you guys know how the draft works, by the way? Like, do you guys know the mechanics underlying the draft?
Share your
What do you
wisdom
mean?
from him.
All right, dude. So it's not a bunch of random picks. There's like sets of picks. So there's 8 picks, and they are classified under the hood as either like ranged attackers, and it's all the ranged attackers in the game. You got to pick between 2 ranged attackers. There's others that are like spells. There's other classifications that are like low cost cards, and then there are some that are truly random. That are just like, all right, all 70 cards, pick 2 at random, right? Sometimes there's like legendaries, give you 2 legendaries. So a lot of times the picks have some sort of logical relation to each other. And if you're in that situation, you've picked lightning and poison, right? So you probably had the damage spell pick, guaranteeing that one of us would get a damage spell. The next pick was what? Dark Prince versus Bandit. That's just like the Bandit choice, I guess. And then the next one is what? Like Hog Rider versus Balloon. That's probably like an offensive choice or a random choice.
Or like a melee attack choice, yeah.
Yeah, but check it out. You don't know at this point, but you know that someone's going to have the ranged attacker choice. Someone's going to have to make the choice of like, all right, archers or musketeer or whatever, right? And you haven't had that choice yet. By picking lightning and then balloon later, you're guaranteeing that if someone has the musketeer, like if they get the choice of musketeer versus wizard or whatever the fuck, right? And they get musketeer, you can just lightning that thing off the board, which is probably better than worrying about like, oh, most people in the meta are going to play archers.
Okay, you're a genie, man.
Because look at it. Because look at the picks. Let's go through the picks. Seriously, one at a time. Lightning versus poison. That's a Carol pick. Next one, balloon versus hog rider, and then bowler graveyard's probably a random one. Goblin gang Sparky's probably a random one. Princess and wizard is a ranged attacker. I don't know what I would put with prince versus minion. That might be just like a threatening one or a random pick. And then log and goblins are probably just cheat cards. Two cheapies. Or again, I guess like 2 random, but there is rhyme and reason to it. And if you go through enough drafts and check it out, you'll see that the picks are often really like comparable to each other in some way.
People were mad about my bowler pick over graveyard, but I feel like bowler can be good against graveyard and like.
No, I agree with bowler there.
Okay.
Especially
you already had a win condition. You don't want too many win
It
conditions.
makes sense to have the bowler.
I'm back in the queue, by the way, but you're the only reason I would probably say it sucks that you have to pass graveyard, even though I agree with the bowler pick, is that you'd already given me poison. Like me having graveyard lightning would be miserable, but graveyard poison's pretty reasonable.
What was that?
That's me just thinking, tapping on my board and not sure what to pick.
Oh, okay.
Let's go with this one. Yeah, like I just got the hog balloon choice again.
Newman draws. You're a biscuit. Kappa.
Oh man, I think I've got you dead to rights, buddy.
Oh really? I mean, I feel like I've got a pretty good deck too.
Oh, those are some fighting words, huh, man?
Oh, I missed him. It's all right.
Dead to rights, he said, guys.
Hey, buddy, he's got 2.5 minutes left.
Okay, that's true. And down about 600 hit points.
Ooh, mortar against the mortar mauler.
Oh!
Nice catch.
Oh dear.
Dang, bro.
Good job. Yo, you're just letting this bandit
Let's
go
take a look at her.
wild on your tower.
Let's see how much damage she does.
Oh, that was what that was for.
Yeah, totally.
Alright, let's see how much damage this mortar does. Is it 2 or 2
Oh,
shots?
see.
It's only 2 shots, right?
At back of the arena bloom.
Oh, I used to do that. That was so fun.
Remham, I noticed you just played a mortar. I don't think you have any other buildings in your deck. Oh, wow. Wizard Inferno Dragon.
The thing we're all afraid of, right? This is the...
Woody, you should know that. You gave him
Feels
Inferno
good in
Dragon.
theory. Wizard Inferno Dragon sounds good in theory.
Just like
One
double
hit
wizard, triple
splash,
wizard.
one hit's a single target. Woo.
Exactly.
Wow, Bob Champ! It's the Wombo combo. It's like the Dark Prince Prince. It's good in theory, and it used to actually be good, but now it's just trash.
Do I have any spells in
Unfortunately.
this deck?
Mega
It was
Minion
so
killed
fun!
it. Mega Minion ended up killing that thing.
Oh, okay, I have 1 spell. That's good. It's good to have a spell every game.
Oh my god, you... I like how I can't hit minions with Fire Spirit to save my life. I can't actually kill your archers. Like, I thought I would have a much better performance, but you have a lot of range attack, like a lot of arrow attackers.
Dude,
And I just,
why
like, am
can
having a
Wizard
super
hit the
hard-
bandit? This pisses me off so much for some reason. It shouldn't
Why
happen
does
like
he?
that.
It's just not charged yet. It's okay.
Gotta give him a chance to charge.
Well, he doesn't deserve a chance.
Does a bandit lock its target as soon as it starts charging up, or is it once it actually charges?
Once
that
the
it-
No,
charge-
it's
you can
once it
block it.
charges.
Yeah, because you can block it. And that's pretty.
I saw her
Got me.
like originally, like she was locked onto the tower, charging at the tower, and then someone played another troop, and then just charged that.
Rumham, what you said at the beginning of the game, I feel like that a lot of times too. Like the last game, I was like, oh, dude, I got a pretty good deck here. It's like you look at your cards, and I don't know if it's optimism or just like a feeling that there's synergy between them, but like, have you ever really got into a draft where you're like, oh my god, this is an awful deck, I'm just gonna get face crushed
Well,
right here?
the reason why I said that is because I didn't expect to not have a single tank out of the other cards. The first card that I saw was Rocket and Wizard, and I was like, oh man, I think I got a good deck because I knew I had Balloon and like Skarmy, and I'd given you Hog, so I was sort of like, cool man, I've got Skarmy for his Hog, and I've got like Rocket to finish this tower off. This will be great. But I never actually was able to get like an Inferno Dragon Wizards. Like nothing was able to really get through because I didn't have anything to put in front of anything. Everything was pretty fragile.
Rummy, you won a gold chest out of this run, is that right?
Oh, is that my third law? Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. So I guess I am at the. I don't know. I've already collected all the rewards on the first build. So yeah, I guess it would be a gold chest there.
That's
of
right.
my current arena.
You get a gold chest from your current arena at 2 wins. Yeah, I've run through all the rewards already, so it's not going to show them again for me. But there's some pretty nice one-time rewards in here, right?
I mean, obviously the 12 winner is the nice one, but yeah, there's a couple pretty pennies. You get 25,000 gold if you reach 9 wins, and I think 6 wins is a magical chest.
So there's definitely some rewards. If you like, I know a lot of people are disappointed with the half prize things, but if you get like, I want to say 6 or 9 or 12 wins on the first run, it's definitely worth way more.
I'm not disappointed with that half prize at all. What I'm really disappointed with is that you can only win the bandit once. I think that takes a lot of fun about like out of the
Yeah.
challenge that like especially the Ewas had. Like everybody in the community was flocking for I have a level 3 Ewas, I have a level 4. Like I was lucky enough I got it to like level 4, right? But it was one of the most
their
like
weekend.
fun weekends ever.
Yeah.
Like,
Some guys destroyed their weekend though, grinding the level 5 Electro Wiz.
Yeah,
And
but like
That's
I think
cool. Like I definitely get it. It reminds me of like when MMOs used to come out, and part of the fun of playing like MMORPGs was that first week or month or whatever that the game would come
new
out,
update, yeah.
or whatever, right? Yeah, you and all your buddies just know life it for like 12 hours a day. So like I empathize with that. From their standpoint, and I get this too. Like it was the most fun weekend for 0.00001% of players, and when like Pompeo. When Pompeo gets 36 bandits, that means that there's 36 scrubs who go home disappointed, right? And like they
That's
think
true.
they might be able to do a better balance, like a balance between their
Wait,
competitive
Rumham,
plans.
hold on. There's not 36 scrubs. There's 36 times 12 scrubs. That's 432 scrubs that go home sad.
Or like how? Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, right? For every one one hazard, there's 20 sad people. So like,
Not bad.
I wish they could put it in the middle though, right? Like I think if they said, hey, you can play this as many times as you want, but it turns off when you have like a level 2 or level 3 Electro Wizard to let people get a little ahead, but maybe not the whole
I mean,
caboodle.
We're also
Yeah.
talking a draft challenge though, right? We're talking a draft challenge.
I hate draft challenge.
Last time, that's not going to be replicable
Dude.
when you're not bringing in a deck that you're used to.
I
There's
really like-
as much as you can even it out with your picks. There is a lot of randomization to it and a lot of luck in terms of what cards you end up having access to, and so you're not going to be able to get 36 wins in a row. Maybe you could get to level 3, but realistically, I think it would be incredibly difficult to get to that stage through a
That's a
draft.
good
Yeah,
point.
even for the top players.
Because
I
Pompeo did it
just-
in what, like 40? He had 36 wins and 40 plays, but with so many more random elements and things out of your control, like is that same 90% win rate possible?
Yeah, no, it's gonna like the max with the draft challenge probably like level 4 if you're like get really lucky and you're a really good player and you have like no life at the whole weekend. But even still, like I don't know, I just feel like with the Ewas challenge, I know this is pretty like biased for top players and stuff, but like on Discord there were always 10 people on. We were always like it was a huge communal experience. We're always doing the draft challenge together. We're always like, oh my god, look at this! Like wow, I got 2 Electro Wizards out of this chest, like that kind of thing. It was just one of the most fun experiences I've ever had. So I don't know.
Okay, let me talk for 2 minutes. I want to talk about both the draft and the one-time rewards. I will defend the developer's choice to do draft. I think it was like really kind of stale once everyone figured out that Electro Wiz and Battle Ram were in every deck. You would just like build decks to counter basically that, and you never really got the opportunity to like showcase the like card because everyone was like shutting it down. So I think draft is good in that regard, and the fact that only one player has the card I think is also good because then you're not just like seeing that like one card like butting heads against each other. You actually get to see that card against a lot of different interactions. Draft is a lot more randomized, and I think that this draft mode would be a lot more better if the one-time rewards were, you know, either smaller or something to compensate to allow the multi-time rewards to be the same as grand challenges. I think that it really hurts the game that the multi-time rewards are half of a grand challenge because you're punishing players who do well and just like want to play the game. You're saying that you get half the value of a grand challenge. You like, if you get the 12 win, there's just like no reason at all to play Bandit Draft besides, oh, I want to play the Bandit Draft, which is like.
But you might like draft. But you might like drafting, right? Like, you're punishing people who just like drafting.
I want to play the Bandit Draft, like even after I've gotten the 12 wins, just because it's fun. But the devs are saying, no, dude, we want you to just like do one and done and be out of here and not even play in it. Like if they could rig matchmaking, you know, I hate rigged matchmaking, but if they could do that. To allow players who already have that 12-win run to like just match up against each other and continue playing the Bandit Draft, I'd be completely fine with that if they at least just gave me comparable rewards for repeat runs.
An incentive.
Why don't they just half the cost to enter once?
Exactly. That same, you know, it's like
one time.
They just want to farm gems from players who know that they have to get that 12th win. That's basically it. They know that everyone's going to go for the 12th win, and they just want to like give them minimal rewards during the process. I don't really like it.
I don't think the goal is necessarily that's minimal rewards. I would assume it's twofold. Well, first off, I'll agree with you at least on the draft challenge because first and foremost, these are like sales opportunities. Right? I mean, these are like advertising for the upcoming card. You want it to look good, and Battle Ram did not look good at all during the Battle Ram challenge. It looked like a piece of shit, right? Because everyone
doesn't look good.
But you know what I mean?
Everyone just brought counters,
Yeah, it was miserable. Yeah, every deck had like Tombstone and a stunning Executioner and things like that. It was just like the worst. So I at least like it in that this lets Bandit show off. It lets Bandit actually look good in situations and you're not like super ready for it. I imagine that from their calculation that the 100 gems with the 50 gem prizes plus the one-time rewards is not net negative. Like I bet you they're like, well, if you look at it as only one run, it's better rewards than the repeat. But I agree with you that like the repeating is what's fun. It makes you want to play a whole like weekend of this challenge. So like, I don't know. I wish there was a middle. Like I said, my argument is more of just capping it at a lower cap. I understand not wanting people to farm 36 of them, but just like I don't think you needed to reduce the 15K tournaments down to 96% reduction. I don't think you necessarily need to say, 36 is too many, but 2 is too much.
I gotta get going, guys. I'll be back later.
Okay.
We're about to hop off stream. Hazard, thank you very much for joining us today, dude. Had a lot of fun with you.
Thanks, Woody. It was fun, yeah.
I also think something with Battle Ram, and especially with Electro Wizard when it was initially released, is Electro Wizard was countered by just a Fireball, right? That's all you needed. So you had an incredibly easy, even Elixir counter that you could bring with every single deck. I'm not sure that's necessarily the case with the Bandit, and so while I understand for future things they want to create a model that works, I actually think you could... I think you could showcase the Bandit well just by forcing you to use it because it doesn't have necessarily the hard counters that the Battle Ram has or that the Electro Wizard has.
Howdy. Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, yeah, I think the probably another thing that's happening behind the scenes is that this update is a bigger behind the scenes technology improvement to the way challenges and special challenges work. The first ones that launched were all hard-coded into the client. It was like your options were like these very specific challenges, which is why people were able to data mine them. And so that's why they only had like the 3 they could run. They just ran double Elixir and draft over and over again because you have like 4 total options that were hard-coded into the client. But with this update, now the special challenges is like a tool that they can customize and make whatever challenges they want by setting various parameters, right? So I think that this first challenge is them showing off that tool, like not explicitly, but check it out. We can make a draft challenge. We can make a draft challenge with the parameter of have this new card released in it. We can have one-time rewards, and the one-time rewards can be anything from gold to gems to chests to individual cards, right? Like, and I think they want to really flex the limit of this tool, and then in future challenges, it may not be like a special Bandit release draft challenge, but at least we won't have like double Elixir every other weekend for the next 3 months either.
Okay, I think that flexibility is very important moving forwards. It allows them to make those changes without putting the time in upfront to make those back end changes now means that they will be able to focus on other aspects, and just all they need to do is come up with the concepts in the future to adjust. So I'm glad they took the time in to do that. Even though we were waiting so long for the update, I'm very happy to see the things that came out of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't wait to see what sort of goofy stuff they come up with, because if you even think of like, you can do double elixir draft challenges, you can do special challenges that maybe are like 2-on-2 with a random queue or so. I don't know, right? I'm speculating on what they even do, but thinking about like the unlimited customization that supposedly could be in there, that's got to be a lot better. And even just having like a one weekend old, if you play Hearthstone at all, Hearthstone does heroic tavern brawls, which are essentially like these grand challenges, but they're like $10 each. So you could theoretically have a weekend where you had like a 500 gem grand challenge with through the roof prizes, which I think would be even more exciting, and maybe emulate the old 15K tournaments in terms of like the high stakes gameplay at the end of the challenge.
My heart is all aflutter right now.
Oh, buddy. I want him to bring back tournaments. I want him to bring back tournaments with higher rewards, but also with a setting where I can set what kind of tournament it is. Like, if I could make a 1,000-player draft tournament that had 15K rewards or whatever, right? Like something like that. Wouldn't that just be awesome?
Come on, we know you're in love with draft tournaments. All they have to bring back is just draft tournaments that big, and you'll be happy.
I really want the prizes. I think there's an easy way to do the prizes, too. I think they just need, like, a supercharge button where it just, like, quadruples or 5x's the gem cost and then ups the prizes equally, and that's all they need. Like, it doesn't need to be anything crazy, but $70 for a tournament does not generate enough prizes. But if it was $350, $400, $500 or whatever, then I think you would have enough to at least that like the first top 10 people get something of significance.
Yeah. The problem is, so then you get into the issues of people selling the spots in the tournaments.
Yeah, no, that was unfortunate. The real problem there is that gems aren't sold for the same price worldwide. So in foreign markets, they're sold at prices that are equivalent to the local, GDP or whatever. So you can buy gems in China for a fraction of the US dollar price. There's like literally a money laundering scheme where you could buy gems on the Chinese market, host the tournament, accept US dollars, and make money. So
yeah,
there's
exactly.
a challenge there.
It's crazy. So what I'd like to see, I'd like them to bring back the tournaments with the flexibility that you talked about in terms of the option to do draft tournament or whatever, and just make it so that there's specific people that are allowed to host the tournaments. Make it so you can host one like the people, the NDA club, like Woody. Make it so that certain individuals that they know they can trust.
Oh, I like this idea, Matt.
I definitely like the idea of just greenlighting
special
accounts.
access.
That's probably like too much for them to do. Like, not too much. Like Supercell couldn't possibly do it, but for a small team with like big million-player concerns, I'm not exactly sure how much they'd want to go through and like whitelist individual accounts. But I like it as a concept of like, well, yeah, like why don't you just that certain tournament organizers are out there. There's only N of them, and if you can trust these, 100 people that they're not money laundering from foreign markets or engaging in currency manipulation or whatever, it would be nice to bring those back, because I think a huge thing was lost from the community when like people like Galadon or Chief Pat who can fund these things just weren't able to, or obviously Brent Chong.
Yeah, like the promotional aspect is absolutely massive for a streamer to be able to host one of those big tournaments and bring people in, or even just for them to allow them to engage with their viewers more than these tournaments that really don't bring that many in. I think it was fantastic for that. So even if forgetting about the whitelisting multiple accounts, make it super simple. Like for the people, even if you're limiting it to the people who are like in direct contact with Supercell, like the NDA club, you make one account basically that has access to it, and you give the players and you give them access to that account and run it through that if you want to keep it really simple on the back end, or just something to enable it to make it work so that they are out there in the community and there's an option for them without it being exploitable.
Sounds good.
Guys, this has been a great conversation. I got to go offline so I can go chat with Rummy about the card popularity snapshot. Check his channel for more news on that soon. I'm going to post that link to his YouTube channel into the chat. I'm also going to post your Twitch link, Rummy, because you are here on Twitch with me right now, and you are a Twitch streamer extraordinaire. I actually got my Twitch career started by being a guest on the Rumham's channel way back in the day.
How's that career going for you?
It's going pretty well actually right now. Recently, it's been picking up, and there might be some good news in the next week or so.
Awesome, buddy. I'm looking forward to it. I like news.
Yeah. Thank you.
Make sure to tell everyone to come back. How was Plex Chat Primetime last night? How was Steal the Crown?
Dude, it went really well. We gave out $250 worth of prizes. Clyde and Surtag CR both got $50 prizes. And we're looking forward to continuing it next week. We actually had a relative upset. A player who got just randomly drawn and got to join up was put at the very end of the lineup. And kind of, I don't want to call it a fluke, but he won a very close game and wound up holding the crown at the very end of the whole thing. So he's going to be the crown holder at the beginning of the next episode.
Nice.
His name is Sock Darts. I'd never heard of him before, but he did well, and he's got a chance to prove everyone what skills
Learn
he's
the
got.
name, people. Sock Dart. You heard it here first.
There you go, man.
Up and coming.
Dart.
Don't you laugh, Nite Light. Sock Dart. Sock Dart can do it.
Up and coming. You're gonna hear that name. He's gonna go big.
He very well
Actually,
could.
but I can't even say it either. I like random nouns, buddy. Nightlight, Rumham, we got this.
Yeah, it's true. We could not be judging.
Gabe, what's up?
Sucker.
Guy says, Woody, when do we get paid? I sent the names of all the people to the Plex chat, folks. They usually take about 24, 48 hours to get in contact. They'll send you a form, and then just as soon as you send that form back to them, they'll be able to send you an iTunes USA gift card, a Google Play gift card, or money directly via PayPal. So that should be the answer there. And if they don't pay you by Sunday, then tell me, because I'm going to be on their case. They've done a pretty good job, though, so far. We're in week 5 right now, and there's been no complaints so far. Everyone's been happy, been able to get their prize in a relatively timely manner. I think 3 to 5 days is not too unreasonable to be processing like half a dozen different prizes just for me, and then there's also prizes that Colton's giving out and that Ash is giving out. So Plex Chat Prime Time is going pretty well. But yeah, this is nearing the end of the stream now. I want to thank Hazard for stopping by at the very beginning. We were joined later by Nite Light and Rebel, then Rumham at the very end. Big thanks to him. We can't do this draft challenge without another big name in the community like the Rumham to be on the other side of the arena. Hope if you are looking for a clan that you'll stop by Reddit Alpha and consider joining. We are a global top 10 clan. We're actually number 9 at the end of last season. 8 clans and a total of 400, 500 players throughout the entire family. So come hang out when you get a chance. We got a great Discord where the community hangs out. And I hope that you will follow me here on Twitch. I stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then on Wednesdays it starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Then I stream on Sundays whenever I get a chance. Check on Twitter, and I will be sure to tweet out whenever I go live. I'm at Woody_CR, as you can see right above my head here. But that's everything from me. I think we still have Nite Light and the Rumham in the call. Nite Light, I'll give it to you first, man. You got any shout-outs? You want to say anything before we go offline?
No, just thanks for having me. Make sure to follow Woody if you haven't already, so you know whenever he goes live. And I'll catch you guys another time.
Many thanks, Nite Light. Rummy, you got anything before we hop off the call?
No, you did more than enough. You said more than enough nice things. I'm a Twitch streamer. I've got a YouTube channel. They're both The Rumham. I stream 9:30 in the morning to noon 30 Pacific time, so 3:30 Eastern to 6:30 Eastern. Come on over and check it out sometime. Or noon 30 to 3:30, yeah, Eastern.
Well said. All right, guys. We also had an announcement earlier today from Enchantin about the CR Worlds event. Going to be many thousands of dollars for teams across the world to compete for. Stay tuned for more news from that, as well from Twitter, where we're going to be announcing how to sign up to be a captain and compete for these big prize pools on some of the biggest screens and from some of the biggest personalities in the Clash Royale competitive community. That's all for today, guys. I'm going to go ahead and host my friend, the Top Notch Playa. Hope that you'll go check out his channel. Hit that go to channel button in the top right so you can go directly over there and drop a rocket in the chat. Let him know that I sent you. Woody the Mortar Mauler signing out until about next Tuesday or so. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thanks to those recent follows, by the way. We got Tigerman, Alka Walmy, Opcost, Beastlayer, and Emo Kiddo right before we were saying goodbye. But that's it for me, guys. Have a good night, and until next time, Clash on.